and welcome you to our 2022 State of the Authority.
Hundreds gathered at the Prime Osborne Convention Center where the Jacksonville Transportation Authority gave its 2022 State of the Authority update. Following its report, JTA opened doors across the hall and welcomed guests to their industry forum. The focus of this year's forum was all about the environment, the impact transportation has on it, and the responsibility mass transit agencies have in helping to protect and preserve the earth.
It's clear. The transportation sector represents one of the largest, if not the largest, emitter of carbon dioxide, carbon emissions out of all of the modes and industries. Public transportation represents about 29% of that significant large population as far as the transportation industry. So for Jacksonville and our community to put a dent and deal with the situation in terms of carbon emissions, it's imperative that the JTA, with our massive fleet of diesel buses and support vehicles that operate on legacy fuels, on gasoline, that we find ways to, in a very efficient and orderly fashion, to be able to migrate to a zero emissions fleet.
Ford says in order to attain the goal of a zero-emissions fleet, strong partnerships and working hand-in-hand with organizations like the Jacksonville Electric Authority and the Northeast Florida TPO is a must.
Working with our board and our partners like JTA and DOT and others to see what kind of that new era looks like and how we're addressing our infrastructure, particularly on its emissions impacts.
As JEA, we are your community-owned utility. We've been with you for over a century, and it's our job to look over the horizon and see what we can do to contribute to a net zero emissions future.
For several years now, the JTA has been working to design a transit authority with a focus on the environment, developing projects like transit-oriented development. Its bus fleet is moving away from diesel fuel to using compressed natural gas and testing autonomous vehicles for its ultimate urban circulator project. At its completion will be a 10-mile autonomous network.
We believe we can attract people to get out of their private automobiles because this will be a much more frequent service and much more, I think, customer-friendly service, and take people very close from their front door to their destination.
And as engineers and transit officials work to develop mass transit that is eco-friendly, they're also focused on capturing and developing the workforce needed to keep this Go Green initiative on track.
And I think we have to meet them early. And as I go back to the 3 E's, we have to get to our students in elementary school as businesses, and we have to expose them, educate them first on the options out there, the career options. Once we've educated them on it, the light's gonna come on for 1 or 2 of them. Then we have to expose them to it. Give them an opportunity to come out and visit your workspace, see you in your capacity, see the issues that are important to you, why sustainability is important to you.
Deputy Assistant Secretary of the U.S. Department of Transportation, Charles Small, stopped by with a message from his boss, Transportation Secretary Pete Buttigieg.
It's something that he says all the time, but it's something that I think is really a mantra at USDOT now. And that is, every transportation decision is a climate decision. Every single one. Whether you're thinking about expanding or dredging your port, as was recently just done in Jacksonville, or if you're thinking about adding or creating a very cool automated vehicle system, all these things have a climate impact. And from day one of the Biden-Harris administration, we have sought to really instill climate as a key value in our transportation system.
On day 2 of this Zero Emissions Industry Forum, the Federal Transportation Administrator, Nuria Fernandez, was here to kick things off. In her keynote address, she praised the JTA for all their accomplishments and for taking bold steps to become an emissions-free transit agency. She says the JTA certainly has her support at the federal level.
We are committed at the Federal Transit Administration. We are all in making sure that we provide all of our grantees the opportunities through funding, through technical assistance, through research. Mobility is made so much more special through a zero-emission reality. And these zero-emission buses is what's going to take it the next step further. We want to see and work with you to pursue opportunities that are going to make this world cleaner and greener.
In Jacksonville, Eugene Lindsay, JTA Making Moves.